including one Tim Raines, who is joining us right now. Tim, first and foremost, welcome. And you are officially the first Hall of Famer on this show. By the way, I don't know if we have any business having Hall of Famers on this show. So congrats. But tell us about this game tomorrow, and what are you most excited for?
Well, first of all, I'm glad to be the first. That's awesome.
Thank you.
But also, I'm looking forward to the game. I'm not sure all the players that's going to be there, but I'm looking forward to it.
That's awesome, man. Among other Hall of Famers at the Hall of Fame Legends game include Wade Boggs, Ozzie Smith, Alan Trammell. You played against with and some of the most amazing players during your time, man. Is there one guy that sticks out to you that is above everybody else that you played with or against?
It's kind of hard for me to say, and I probably shouldn't do that because the one I don't say, they're probably going to be all over me. So I would say them all. I enjoy playing with them all, and baseball is a great game, and you get to have fun with your teammates, and not only that, man, it's something that I wasn't sure I was going to be a baseball player coming up as a youngster. So being able to choose baseball, and not only choose baseball, but get an opportunity to become a Hall of Famer, that's something special.
Yeah, it's very special. And I love your very diplomatic answer there. It was all of them. They were all great. I wanted to share something with you. My friends on the show said that they were going to put up a drawing that I drew of you. I like drawing lots of things, but I like drawing baseball players the most because they're the most beautiful. So I wanted to share this with you very much. And because this is you in your Expos jersey, I wanted to ask about your very first game back on the Expos in 2001. The fans were just cheering you nonstop. It was like a cacophony. And the pitcher threw 4 pitches, all balls, including a wild pitch. And I just want to ask you 2 questions. 1, how rattled was that pitcher? And 2, follow-up question, how did you keep being overwhelmed by that moment?
Well, it's probably the most amazing moment I think a player can actually have, especially coming back after playing 11 years in Montreal, leaving and coming back the tail end of my career, just to see the fans acknowledge the things that you had done previously. It's special. I mean, that's something that probably go to the top of the list among other things.
So, Tim, you were a high average and obviously high stolen base guy.
Woo!
Big time, yeah. Love it. A very exciting brand of baseball. Obviously, the game right now, it's being played a little bit differently. I would say that there are some. It seems like there are some guys who are starting to get back to that kind of a play. You got a couple of guys here and there throughout the game, but how do you like today's game? And do you see it evolving even more so back to a style that you made just incredible to watch?
Well, I'm going to be biased and say I like my style a little better than what they're doing it now because, I don't know, I hit some home runs, but I'm really not a home run hitter. I think the game has changed to be more of a power hitting like type of game. You're seeing a lot of strikeouts. You're not seeing as much running anymore, and I think the reason for that is, one swing of the bat can score everyone. So back in my day, I felt like I had to generate runs by utilizing my speed, and that was the way the game was played back then. But I think eventually it's going to come back a little bit. I'm not sure all the way back, but a little bit, because I'm starting to see a few guys run the bases a little bit more. With the rule changing in extra innings, putting a guy at second base, I don't know if I like that too much. I would love to see the guys create their own runs, but give them an opportunity to have a guy in scoring position before anyone throws a pitch. I'm not really sure about that, but we'll see.
And you also had an 85% success rate with those stolen bases over the course of your career, which is absolutely outstanding. And you're right, Tim. I think we are beginning to see that shift kind of back to the style of play back when you were playing. So time for some serious stuff here. We have a segment on this show called Show Sauce, where we rank the fashion of all the players currently in the majors. But we found a picture of you in 1986 playing catch in West Palm Beach.
Wow.
This hat is everything. Do you still have this thing?
I have a jacket. I don't know if I can find that hat.
That is swag right there.
Right?
Seriously.
I wasn't really sure what I was doing back then. You know, it was just something to do, and I wasn't really into the fashion, but I was kind of different. You know, so going out with that hat made it a little different from being a baseball player, but. I felt like it didn't really matter if they liked it or not. I was going to do it anyway.
Even if you
Makes
don't
you
know
so
about
happy.
fashion, you know about style, sir. You absolutely know about style.
Yeah, my man was styling and profiling. Tim, talk to me a little bit about, we know it's documented, you were meticulous with your book of trying to figure out what the pitchers were doing with their pickoff moves. What was it that you were specifically looking for? And then also, which pitchers were the toughest for you to figure out that pickoff move?
Well, usually lefties would probably be the toughest because, you know, they were the ones that had a chance to kind of cheat a little bit. You know, they can kind of bring the leg up and hold it and wait till I made a move and then made their move. So I think trying to be nice with the umpires and, you know, tell them, you know, from time to time, I said, this guy's cheating, man. You know, don't let him cheat on me. I know it's tough enough to try to take off on some of these strong-arm catchers. So just let's make it fair. And but it all worked out. You know, like I said, you know, I watched the pitchers just like they were the only ones on the field. And when someone was on base, I tried to see the things that they were doing against them, as well as, you know, some film of what they did against me. So before I stepped on the field and before I saw a pitcher, I pretty much knew what he was going to do before he did it himself. So,
Wow.
And I was pretty good at it. So
Yes, you
and
were.
I had some coaches that really took the time to get all that information for me. And I tried to do as much as that I could myself by watching them up close and personal. But, you know, I had to put the time in. And I think when you're trying to be successful stealing bases and trying to be that person that set the table for the big bombers, I tried to make sure that I was out there as often as possible.
A quick follow-up, Tim. Was there a catcher that gave you any problems as far as, you know, that arm that you're talking about, or somebody that you took more pride off of stealing off of?
Well, Pudge Rodriguez probably had the strongest arm and the quickest release, and probably was as accurate as any catcher that I've ever played against. Even though, you know, I played against guys like an ex-teammate, Gary Carter, that was really good, Johnny Bench, down the tail end of his career. But, you know, there were some other guys that had strong arms and quick releases, but the key for me was trying to steal. I was stealing off the pitcher more so than stealing off the catcher.
But Tim, we cannot thank you enough for your time, and this was an absolute honor for all four of us. So thank you, and have a wonderful weekend in Cooperstown.
Well, I'm looking forward, and thanks for having me.
Thanks.